Hey, I'm Sandro. Today I'm going to show you how I made this. No, not that. That's Coney 2012. Who actually remembers that? This cutting board. I'm going to show you how I did it myself. Kind of myself.
This has got to be one of the easiest woodworking projects out there, but something that you can endlessly get creative with. I grabbed some scrap wood and planned out how I wanted to lay out my cutting board. Using walnut and maple, I decided to go with this racing stripe pattern. I then started by cutting down all of the walnut pieces to the same width. From here, I squared up the edges using a planer. The next step was to make the maple pieces the same height as the walnut. Using one of the walnut pieces as a reference, I cut them down on the table saw. From here, I then glued and clamped all the pieces together. Once everything was dry, I then cleaned up the excess glue with a chisel. I measured and brought down the cutting board to its final size using the miter saw. I then began planing everything so that the board laid perfectly flat. Once I was satisfied with how level the board was, I then rounded the edges with my router. From here, I sanded and then brought the board to get sanded and then sanded with some sandpaper and sometimes with a sander. Also, if you forgot, my name is Sandro. The last step was to finish off the board with some mineral oil. My girlfriend Jess also decided to make a cutting board. She decided to go with a completely different look than me, but essentially followed the same steps. She cut down all of her pieces to size and then glued them up. Once dry, she planed and leveled out the board and then sanded it down until it was completely smooth. And there you have it, 2 glorified slabs of wood. Cutting boards. Seriously though, we're very happy with how these turned out and encourage everyone to try to make one, even if you don't have all of the tools we did. Oh yeah, if you can also help us out, in the top right of your screen, the little thing that comes up that nobody ever pays attention to, if you can click that and vote whose cutting board you like better, that would help solve a lot of mine and Jess's problems. Anyways, that's all for this video. Take it easy.